I think that it's easy to put lipstick on a pig, right? And make the numbers sound better. And maybe they didn't do that on purpose, right? But the one I had this week, it was, okay, here's all my numbers. And I got given, the interesting part is I was given taxes, insurance, and all the utilities, owner paid utilities. Total were $550. And I said, can you break that number out for me? Because I knew I was going to run it through our master insurance policy in part to see if I could help it perform better for him. But then when that's what made him stop and dig into the numbers. And so he said, well, yeah, give me a second. He gave me insurance. Then he gave me the owner paid utilities. And then last he went, oh, he said, well, wait a minute, these taxes aren't right then. And I said, that's what I had a feeling, because I knew the market was a really expensive market and only $550 for all three of those things for a multi-unit deal. I was going, that seems a little low. And that's when he paused. And so instead of $550 for all three, just the taxes were $1,600. And he said, oh crap, that just killed all the cash flow. And I was like, well stated. I think is what I might have said exactly or something. So, and we could bring down the insurance cost with the master insurance policy, but not enough to make that a good deal.
How did he get the taxes? Did he go back to the seller and say, what are the taxes for real? Because there's no way these are right.
He is in the lending industry, so I think he may have just gone online and looked at what the tax and calculated them himself. And he said, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense anymore. And he was ready to pull the trigger, right? I wasn't steering him one way or the other. I was just presenting what we had and other opportunities.
Facts are just really pesky little things, man.
Yeah. It's right. So if everyone's roping in a bunch of numbers together, check in each individual number to make sure you're getting the right number. So
yeah, and so on the taxes, to Heather's point, there's something that's commonly overlooked, and that is that, especially when you're looking at a deal that is many hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, you got to look at what the people paid for it. That's what their taxes are based on generally. Yep. And then you have to look at what you're paying for it. And you have to recalculate the taxes because you're going to get reassessed at some point. Mm-hmm. And every municipality is different about how they go about reassessing. Some of them do it every year. Some of them do it on a sale. Some of them, do it every 2 years. And
I've heard of 10 in a couple markets, which is
insane. I mean, it's just so you have to look that stuff up, and you cannot believe anything that you hear from whoever's trying to sell you the property, because it's as this deal, it's just not accurate, right? It's just not accurate. And if somebody bought a property for, $150,000 in 2012 and it's now worth $800, and you figure the taxes based on the 150, you're going to be sorely. Yeah. I mean, it's going to hurt bad when you get your tax reassessment. So just make sure that you understand all of that stuff.
I will add another one for that too, is you have your homestead tax. So if you as an owner occupy the property and then sell it as an investment property, there's a tax credit that you don't get as an investor. And so it's usually like double what they've been paying. So we watch for that on all of our properties. It is really difficult to know exactly what the assessed value will come in at a future date in most counties, unless it's based off the purchase price. Otherwise, you're kind of just taking a good guess, but we do our best to guess and see, okay, well, it's not homestead tax because it's a rental property. So we've got no tax credit, and let's bump up, the assessed value and see where this is going to land. So it is kind of, in some ways, a guessing game, but you can overestimate for sure.